Before I start this message, I want to start by making an announcement. I plan to start putting devotionals on YouTube ever so often. It's basically whenever I feel led to do it. I mean, it's not daily or weekly or anything that I'm going to do that, but I'll put my YouTube address in the comment section. This message is on bringing light to the darkness. I saw a quote the other day on Facebook that said, "Happiness can come even in the darkest of times if one would only remember to turn on the light." Genesis chapter 22, starting at verse 1. "And it came to pass after these things that God did tempt Abraham, and said unto him, Abraham. And he said, Behold, here I am. And he said, Take now thy son, thine only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell of. And Abraham rose up early in the morning and saddled his donkey," I'm going to call it a donkey, "and took two of his young men with him, and Isaac his son, and clave the wood for the burnt offering, and rose up and went unto the place of which God had told him. Then on the third day Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw the place afar off. And Abraham said unto his young men, Abide ye here with the donkey, and I and the lad will go yonder and worship, and come again to you." See there, Abraham was already expecting to come back with Isaac. "And Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering, and laid it upon Isaac his son. And he took the fire in his hand, and a knife, and they went both of them together. And Isaac spoke unto Abraham his father, and said, My father. He said, Here am I, my son. And he said, Behold, the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering? And Abraham said, My son, God will provide himself a lamb for a burnt offering. So they went both of them together." See there? Abraham had faith right there that God would provide. And they came to the place which God had told him of, and Abraham built an altar there, and laid the wood in order, and bound Isaac his son, and laid him on the altar upon the wood. And Abraham stretched forth his hand, and took the knife to slay his son. And the angel of the Lord called unto him out of heaven, and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, Here am I. And he said, Lay not thy hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him. For now I know that thou fearest God, seeing thou hast not withheld thy son, thine only son, from me. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, behind him a ram caught in a thicket by his horns. And Abraham went and took the ram and offered him up for a burnt offering in the stead of his son. Abraham, while being tested here, he trusted that God would provide. He kept a positive attitude through these bad circumstances. The apostles, when they were beaten in prison for the Lord, they praised God. You look in Matthew 5. Verse 14, Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither the men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. We're not to hide our light under a bushel, but we should let it shine. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Proverbs chapter 27. Verses 17. Iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend. I have heard so many times people go to church and they will complain about the church. They will say, this church is dead. Well, you know what? If the church is dead, we should be bringing the fire to light it back up. It shouldn't remain dead if we're there.